Our match officials, the referee for today's match is Keith Nolafir. Sebastian Abrams takes on the TMO role, and Marcelin Berry and Habre Philander are our assistant referees. Just waiting for the go-ahead from our floor manager.
What is Captain? Redman.
And it'll be Elaine Johnson who will start this game for Blanco United. Now, bear in mind as well, if you've just tuned in, that the wind here is a real factor. You'll see it already with that kick that now goes the way of Blanco United. And which way is it going to go? Oh, we've got another try within 16 seconds. Blanco United are on the board. We saw a game the other day where a try was scored in 12 seconds, but Ronaldo Kimmich has got it, and importantly for them, they've got a great start.
Oh, it's brilliant stuff here by Kimmich. The kick, you mentioned it, Gavin. The wind is so strong, so the jump actually over-jumps the ball. It gets pulled back. It goes into the hands of Ronaldo Kimmich. He played at fullback today. He's on the wing. He knows how to take the ball out of the air, and he certainly knows how to finish. What a start here for Blanco United Rugby Football Club.
Well, if he's been watching some of the kickers today, we've seen some terrific kicking at goal, to be honest with you, in this tricky wind. Can he emulate that? Well, that kick's not going to even make the distance, unfortunately, but they've got 5 points, importantly. And, of course, playing with the wind, you're always looking to try and score. I know, Warren, you talk about a 20-point cushion when you're playing with the wind, when you have to play into the second half.
Yeah, well, the problem with that kick, they put it straight up into the air, and the wind is blowing so strong, it just held it up, and then started to push it back towards the Worcester villagers. The timing wasn't there, but it was certainly there for Ronaldo Kimmich.
Well, Worcester villagers, unfortunately as well,
That's backwards.
lost their fly half, Elton John Mfudisi, in the warm-up for this particular match, and so they've had to shift a few players. Gershwin Hubert, the scrum half, has now gone to fly half, and Daryl Thomas has come in at scrum half in his place in the Worcester Villagers side.
Yeah, that's correct. Elton Mfudisi just in the warm-up did his ankle, rolled his ankle, and it's probably just the wear and tear over the 3 weeks, the 3 games that they've had to play.
Well, there you could see
Backwards.
the effect of the wind as well, blowing it back towards the Worcester Villagers players. So good, quick clean out there as well from Daryl Thomas.
That's Jubilant Titus getting a run.
You've got to look after the ball when you're playing into the wind. And Villagers not able to do that right up front with that first up try.
So what we've seen from Worcester is that they're very good out wide. They've got some real strike runners, and Francisco May, Dwayne Atkins and Philip Besson, they can strike. But in this wind, you've got to be able to take it up the centre as well, and you've got to be accurate with that ball. Field position given to Blanco.
The southeaster is blowing.
It's pumping. I was just down on the field now, and it's blowing really hard from right to left as we look at it right now.
Okay. Here's my call, please. That's 3 calls, 3 actions: crouch, bind, and sit. Keep the space open between bind and sit, please. Thank you.
The last year Yankees on the near side here in jersey number 1, the loose head, scrumming against Lincoln Johnson. Lincoln Johnson was originally called in the loose head position. He's had to shift across because of an injury
Bind
to Andries de Kock.
Oh, these late changes make things quite difficult for you. Brandon Levendal with the put in. He's asking the referee for a penalty. He's not going to get it. Instead, looking to try and run through Ryan Davids with the last pass. Hails from Velkom. Played some rugby for the Griffins. That's good ball for them too. Now carried up on the big men. Xavier Mayer on this occasion. And again, it's a slow delivery from the breakdown point, which is not ideal.
Release! Release!
But right now, it's Villagers very much on the defense. Now, the little cross kick. Which way does this thing bounce? Oh, has it bounced favourably? It has. Once again, Blanco United have got their second try. And that's a pinpoint kick and a favourable bounce, as they had with the first try.
Oh, that's how you control the rugby football in the wind. It's brilliant stuff. The kick from the fly half, Ryan Davids. Really out of the top draw. That one there on a string in the wind. Drops it down. Fullback runs through. Elaine Janssen. Employed out wide and used brilliantly.
Davids from the touchline. Massive kick. It wasn't that far off course, to be honest. But still, they've got 2 tries and 10 points, Blanco.
Now on a string he has it. He runs away. He knows he's dropped it in the right place. He's just got to wait for Elaine Janssen to finish. And that he does. What a start here for Blanco United. They beat Kruisfontein 37 points to 28, then played Northern Rhinos and lost against them.
Release.
Braden Andrews this time, also exercising his extra weight that he's got as a lock forward. Oh, the kick downfield, that could be a good kick if the bounce is favourable. Not quite where they wanted it. But a very slow kick chase from them initially. Now they've closed the gap. There's huge pressure here on Villagers. Ball's turned over. Here's another chance now for them. But those long passes don't always work in the wind.
Step.
Worcester Villagers now in possession, importantly. And they'll look to just carry the ball up. I think they've learned their lesson. You can't kick into this wind.
There's no advantage, no? No advantage. I'm going back for a knock-on.
The referee was just adding, or giving an advantage opportunity there for Villagers. They were not able to take it, so they'll come back for the scrum. The scrum belongs to the men in red jerseys.
I tell you, Gavin, they're playing this thing strategically well. So well, oh, Blanco. They're kicking correctly. Then they're also sending a really good kick chase to support the kick when they do it. And then on the ground, Bradley van Wyk, well, he's just won 2 turnovers for Blanco United. He's only slighter build, 66 kgs, the little flanker, the number 6 jersey. But he's already stolen 2 balls.
Bind!
It shows you how the game of rugby can be absolutely suitable for any man of any size, depending on what position you're playing in. Too often there's been concerns with that sort of thing, but today we have some great young players with very little weight advantage. But here they come, Blanco. They're looking for a 3rd try. The offload was actually over the try line, funnily enough.
Step!
But somehow,
Step!
Villagers holding on. Very old club, this founded in 1883.
You're on your knees,
Villagers, so they've got a very steep tradition. Blanco United
Release. Step.
is a team that's been around since the 90s. Now, some decent passing there from Villagers too, but they can't get out of their 22 at the moment. That's where you've got to just show a little bit of patience, but hold on to the ball.
Release the ball.
They haven't really been able to look after the ball, and that's why 2 tries have been scored against them already. And this is a slow delivery. Davids.
Gershwin Jabir making a good run there at fly half.
Use, Captain. As backwards, play on, backwards. Tackle, out there.
That's a strong
There's
tackle.
the ball.
Blanco
Use
United
9.
look really up for it here, don't they? And it's also settled down time as well for Villagers, with Jabir now moving from scrum half to fly half.
It's really tough at the moment.
Not releasing.
For the Worcester Villagers, they're playing against this very strong wind, so they can't go to the boot. Just high in the tackle there. Where Blanco United, they've got to try and exit this position and get that ball out when have a penalty kick, which they failed to do in that situation.
Now that's been the issue there, and Gershon Hubert caught in possession, but they've managed to hold on to it, Villagers. It's almost skin on the teeth situation for them here. They're getting enough ball, but they just cannot get out of their 22. And the penalty didn't help their cause because they didn't kick it out.
Tackle by John Graham Butter.
Now that's better. A little bit of place there and a little bit of space found too for Francisco May.
I tackle.
So it was a high tackle, that'll be a penalty now. But now the question again, let's have a look at this and just see where their position right now is just outside the 22. Are they going to try and kick it out?
They've got to keep that ball low. Even if they just make 10 metres upfield, that's okay. Get it out. And that's a good kick in that wind. Get it out. And they've got some exciting runners. I mean, Francisco May in jersey 15, Dwayne Atkins, Philip Besson. They can really bring the ball back, and they've got a lot of speed. That's what the Worcester Villagers want to use. We've seen a lot of physicality up front from Blanco thus far.
And competition in the lineouts as well from Blanco. We've seen it in the games that they've played. That ball saved and then held on. You've got to learn to work your way upfield when you're playing into the wind. Got to have enough patience to carry the ball when required, but hold on to it. You don't want to turn over possession. We've seen far too many turnovers in the games that over the last 3 days, but certainly today too. We'll see the statistics later on that will tell that story. Now the long pass. And, well, not a great pass that from Bradlin Grove, the captain. But the penalties are going the way of Worcester Villagers here, and that's the important element for them too, is that they need to have the ball in possession as much as possible.
That's their captain, Bradman Grove, moved into the number 4 jersey.
Has played at number 8 during the course of this tournament. But of course with the odd injuries that you find too, but he has a man with real pace. This is brilliant play now. Now, can he finish it? He's got to look. He's backed himself for the line. What a try there for Dwayne Atkins.
That is what Worcester Villagers can bring to the party. Electric speed out wide, Dwayne Atkins. You give him half a chance and he is gone. He's got out and out pace. They're just bouncing around, looking to see what they can do, shoveling it across, bang, away he goes. Running as if he's running out of time. And away, there's not a hand that's going to be laid on him.
50 seconds.
Showing good sprinting technique. He's played in the Varsity Shield. He's a student, 21-year-old. Got a lot of talent.
Another small man, but not small in heart, that's for certain. The conversion is not successful, so no tries. The 3 of them have been converted today. But Atkins, excellent here, especially over those first 10 meters. He was in a standing position when he got the ball, and he just accelerated outside his man.
He's quite right. He's very much flat-footed, then bang, inside, outside. Realizes there's a little bit of space, and he backs his pace to get outside his man, and then step off that right foot on a long arcing run to get in for the first try today for Worcester Villagers.
Deep kick in. Inevitably, of course, with the wind at your back. Even if you make it short, it's going to be long. And this time the penalty goes to Blanco United. Now again, it's just pick up and go. Push men out of the way. Bump a few others. I tell you what, some of the big boys here are really exercising their strength. But little basics again, Warren, which are the worrying factors. Yes, there's the apology that comes from Sidlasu Yanchis, but you can't make the errors that they're making.
100%, especially when you're playing with a strong wind. You've got to make it almost puts pressure on you. So sometimes perhaps better playing against the wind in the first half. Apply pressure to your opposition. If they don't take the opportunities, they're going to pay for it later. That 5-pointer that was scored by Atkins is so valuable to this Worcester Villager side, to give them a little bit of confidence, to tell them, hey, there's hope, even against this very strong wind.
Well, they've got a free kick, so they're going to carry it, of course, now. Oh, it's not good passing, that. Here comes our man Atkins that scored the try. And suddenly they find a little bit of extra space to move in, because Blanco United closed them down quite quickly at times.
Use.
So out it went there from Daryl Thomas. And then playing at fly-off is the scrum half today, Gershwin Dubert. This is better play from them. Lovely play, in fact. Brilliant play, one could say. Now, here we go. Is this going to be another try? It's a big chase right to the try line. Oh! Francesco May, take a bow. It's another try for the men playing into the wind.
It's similar to the Atkins try. Again, it's the back three of Worcester showing out-and-out pace on the angle. That's what it's all about. There was a big run, though, first of all, by this man in that headgear. Cameron Fasaki did really well. But then the ball bounced around. He pounced up on it. Francesco May, he backs his pace on the angle, runs the long way around, probably adds an extra 15, 20 meters to get there, but he gets there in the end. And brings the scores level.
Gershwin Dubert with the kick. He's not going to make it. He was hoping it would curl in. So none of the tries converted. 2 tries each thus far. I tell you what, we've got a game on here.
We certainly have. The little offload, the little one-hander by Fasaki, but it was picked up on the bounce by this man who was scorching the earth, burning the earth as he ran. Jet shoes in his feet.
And something, Warren, that you often talk about there as well is he changed the ball to put it under his right arm, so he had his left arm to defend. And that just helped him as well, because he was held up just short of the line, but his momentum carried him well.
Knock on offside. Knock on offside.
Yeah, penalty. A little knock on from the Worcester Villagers, and then
knock on.
Christopher Abrams naturally just goes for the ball, but he deprives Blanco United the right to take advantage from that knock-on. So it's a penalty. And that Blanco have just got to use this now to settle down their team. They just had 2 tries scored against them. They started very well with a try by Kivit, the try by Alan Janssen. They need to get back on that scoreboard. They've opted for the 3-pointer.
Yeah, there was no delay there from Lorenzo Williams, the captain of Blanco United, immediately pointed to the posts. Nothing wrong with that. If you've got a reliable kicker to earn the 3 points for you, and that they've done.
Gav, the Saldanha Super 8 Easter Rugby Tournament, we've had some incredible games, and we can see this game is going in this direction again, going backwards and forwards, evenly matched teams. We've just seen Tigerberg win 32 points to 31 against the multi-shore Evergreen side. We've had some fantastic rugby to watch at this Easter tournament.
There's no question about it, Warren. You know, when you're doing a lot of rugby at a perhaps we'll call it a higher level, at a more professional level, bearing in mind that these guys are workers. You've rattled off all the employment, the different types. You can share those with us.
Well, we'll go through those now. I mean, we've got firefighters, we've got a policeman, we've got a teacher, we've got a merchandiser, we've got general workers, a couple drivers, one that's a courier driver, a bus driver. It's just one guy that's working in IT. And they're out there playing for their clubs, loving the game and expressing themselves.
And there's a chartered accountant somewhere as well, isn't there?
And we had a CA intern.
That's a good strong scrum that from Villagers, but the ball has come out now. Blanco United with a kick downfield into space. That's a very good kick, but the bounce not entirely favourable. they mustn't worry about that, Blanco United. They've got to say, let's stay down here in this 22, although that last try that was scored by Worcester Villagers was from their own 22.
Move it up.
But keep them down here,
Back,
put
please.
pressure on them, and let's pick up the points that we can.
Spoken like a world-class fly half that you were, Gavin Carley.
Go now.
Now, what's the idea here? What's the plan? Quick delivery from the breakdown point, obviously vital too from Levendal. And of course, it's down to his forwards too. Has that been turned over? Yeah. That's very good. So on the ground, Worcester Villagers seem to be a little bit more alert than Blanco United, who now, Villagers finding some way out there. This is the man with a real pace and also strength, Dwayne Atkins. And it's going to be another penalty now. Will it be another tap and go? Yes, it will be. No question about it. Bradman Grove, the captain, desperate for another try. Blanco United, no, they can't concede another try. They've already conceded 2 into the wind. Long pass, out it goes. We're going to come back here. I'm not too sure exactly what happened. Were they offside?
They're going to get a bit of a chatting, talking to Keith and Olivier. That's Lorenzo Williams.
No. If it was him.
Captain of Blanco United. So at the moment, Worcester Villagers are playing this game right into the
offside.
wind.
2 penalty, okay. Captain, your penalty here for offside. There for 10. This one here, okay. So.
I've got a choice.
They've got a choice. And they're making the right choice as well. Take the 3 points into the wind. Take every point you can. Survive the wind. That's what it's about. But at the moment, they're thriving in the wind. They're playing the right tactics. They're trying to bring tempo. They're playing quick ball.
Conversion from Jacobs, Enrico Jacobs, so that gives them another 3-pointer. And really, when they start looking at the scoreboard, they're halfway through this first half, and they're right up there with Blanco United, points-wise.
No, they're trying to play that quick ball. We've seen a lot of quick taps by Bradman Grove, their captain. And then they're trying to employ that scorched earth policy of getting that ball out wide, using the speed on the fringes.
Okay, you can go.
Well, essentially, Warren, also what you're saying is the key learnings that you pick up from this is how you play into the wind. What is it that you do? It's not, the game isn't always normal. As we can see with that ball floating over the heads of the defenders there. And Blanco United very much on the front foot.
Move!
Captain Bradman Grove.
Hands! Use!
Rather Xavier Mayer from Blanco United. It wasn't Bradman Grove. They don't want slow ball from the breakdown. They want things to work quickly. And can they do that? It looks like they can. Close they are. Over the line they are. And close enough to get the conversion. So Blanco United immediately finding a mechanism to score a try.
Well, it's all about playing to your strengths, and we've seen what the Worcester Villagers' strengths are. Here we see the strengths from this side from George. The try eventually by Winston Claassen, but it's some of the big heavies that carried up. That's the second time that he carried the ball, Xavier Mayer. The first time he really got some really good direction. Then it was the turn of Braden Andrews, his compatriot, locked forward to cart that ball forward. Their big heavies sucked in the smaller Worcester Villagers defenders, and then there was space out wide for Winston Claassen.
Space between the posts too for Kivitt to get the conversion.
Very well worked. They went back the same, so came back the reverse side. The pass from Nigel Volmerons got into the hands of his winger, and his winger had enough ability in those feet to step and bob his way through. He's happy. He enjoyed that. So did she.
Yeah, they've got lots of support here. I was just listening to them a little bit earlier, even when Blanco United were not playing.
Backwards.
But bear in mind, Blanco is a team that plays down in George in the Southern Cape of South Africa.
No.
Well, Villagers don't take anything lying down. They're continually looking and searching to try and get some extra points.
Double knock.
2 knock-ons, so
Knock on Blanco.
be a chance here for
Scrum
Blanco. They have the put into the scrum. And again, Warren, it's back to the situation. Will they utilize the power of this win to get down into the 22?
Well, they'd be silly not to use it because it just makes it a lot easier. You save on energy, you save on output, you get yourself field position. The wind incredibly strong, and it is sometimes difficult with the handling. Got to keep the passes short. Got to kick the kicks low if you're kicking into that wind.
Interesting, you know, you've spent a lot of time on the field. I've been out on the field too. It's very heavy, and sometimes one wonders just to, you know, in terms of hamstrings and tight calves and that, which seems to have been the situation that we've just seen now, makes things a little bit more difficult for you. And that's where some of the smaller guys who've got the pace that they've got, they'll run away from you on a field like this.
Yeah, they're light to foot, 100%. A lot of these players, it's their third game that they played within 5 days. The attrition rate is big.
Crouch.
That's why I've seen the coaches changing players in and out.
Set.
Brandon Levendal to feed this scrum.
Well, it's gone against Blanco for not scrumming straight.
Number 1.
And here's another question. Yeah, well, this is too far to kick at goal. But Worcester Villagers, well, they're going to tap and go again.
Just in on the angle.
There we go, tap and go. I love it.
Not happy.
They just want to play these guys.
Don't know if it's good now. Don't know if it's good.
But you've got to send your cleaners into the ruck to protect your ball.
Yeah, they've gone and lost the ball.
No, 9. No.
The kick
No!
downfield, that'll go
Okay,
into
it's onside
touch.
now, it's fine.
And that's exactly what you were talking about. Is
Yeah, you were inside 13.
get
It's
down there
But it's fine.
and play in the opposition half of the field.
That's it.
It's just take the pressure off your shoulders, take it off your back, get it downtown, then you can start expressing yourself. Even if it's not your line out, the line out, if they're going to go long, they've got to be careful because they could throw it in skew. Get your guys up, compete, make it difficult. That's what Blanco United have got to be thinking. And then when you get the ball, get some of your big guys to run, carry the ball, punch a line in the defensive hole, then get it out wide to a Klaassen, a Janssen, a Kivit.
You make it sound so easy. Hey? You make it sound so easy. But tactically, that's exactly right. So Villagers looking for one of the bigger men to carry it upfield, and they've done pretty well with that right now. So they've got Javelian Titus too at number 8, who's also a very good carrier of the ball. Taken up by Christopher Abrahams. Not much room to move in here. They're trying to just keep it back in field if they can. But the assistant referee's flag is up.
Yeah, good defensive work there by Blanco. They take it quickly.
Neat play. Good passing too. Space opened up. Now, let's see who can make it here. Not enough close in support for a little pass on that occasion, but doesn't matter. They've held on to it.
Onside, 6.
And there they go. Here's another little kick for the corner.
6, never inside.
Favorable bounce, but it'll have gone straight into touch. But they'll come back for the penalty.
6, never inside.
Sterling Yolster, the
Offside
man that's
there,
been
number 6.
penalised. Bang in front of the uprights. Again, they're going to take the extra 3, try to stretch that to a 10-point lead. We saw that little kick through from Alain Janssen.
Well, pretty easy kick this for Ronaldo Kivit to get his second penalty of the game. And wasting no time with it too, so that that does push them up to 23 points. So they've got the 10-point lead you were talking about. But in your book, you use as your guideline 20 points.
Halfway there, they've got 10 minutes left in this first half.
Watch this kick here from Worcester Villagers. You can see just how it holds up a little bit there in the air, but a pretty good kick from Gershwin Hubert. Strong work here as well from Enrico Jacobs. Enrico Daniels.
Line is over, knock on.
Johnson, the big prop.
No, it's more than now.
Positive play
Stop.
there as well from Lincoln Johnson.
Barnett, offside.
Anele Zingitwa.
4.
Now there's a penalty advantage at
tackle,
the
Barnett.
moment as Sterling Yarser takes it in. Now the little chip kick through. They know they've got a penalty forthcoming.
Number 4.
So
Offside.
worthy of taking a chance on
1
the
high
grubber
tackle.
kick.
Captain. Captain. Now penalty here. Penalty there.
They've got a choice of
Penalty,
position. Where the referee is
Badman.
right now is in fact in
why
front of
penalty?
the posts. If
Penalty,
they
yeah.
do want to
Penalty.
kick it goal,
Side tackle here.
also eat up the time a little bit, so it would be the right decision to kick it goal.
There.
So Enrico Daniels
Yes.
will be the man kicking it goal. Oh, the kick at goal is not over.
Kick.
Now the kick downfield from Blanco United is a massive kick. It's one of the biggest punts we've seen this week. And I thought as well that Gershwin Hubert's foot was on the line there. Bear in mind that the assistant referee was a little bit of a way upfield. I think he might have put his foot on the line. But anyway, the play continues.
A good kick chase by Blanco.
And it was a really big kick downfield too. Now they've opened up space here. Worcester Villagers, they need somebody who's to be a little bit closer into the ball carrier. Otherwise he's looking around, he's not sure what to do with it, and then they end up losing it. It's another kick downfield. Lots of hard work to be done here now. And that one, well, it was like a chip kick for yourself there. The referee is doing really well here. He's leaving advantage to be at play. And eventually that ball finds the touchline.
Oh, we can get everything here in this game of rugby. It was real opportunity for Worcester Villagers. They broke the line. They just needed to get the final pass through. It was hacked forward then by Blanco. And it's opportunity for Blanco United on the 22 of their opposition. Vormerans to feed the line out.
Oh, lots of basketball stuff there. Ball being tapped by both sides. No problem, but out into touch go the Villagers. So it's Blanco United with a throw in, and they want to use every minute that they've got, because there's not many left over, to get more points on the board. They've got a 10-point lead at the moment.
Now,
Slow ball from the ruck. Blindside, rubber kick, big chase now. Was that carried over? Was that carried over?
Was it taken back?
That'll be a scrum 5 if it was. It almost looked like that was the case.
They're having a chat.
So it'll be a scrum 5 meters. Blanco.
It's worth having a look at if.
Oh,
Well,
take
you're
it back
spot
in.
on, Gavin.
Scrum Blanco.
Spot on.
So this is a real chance here for Blanco too. If
Captain,
they've got a
catch the
strong
ball.
enough scrum here, they've got like 5 meters, of course, from the try
Captain.
line.
I
Captain,
know that
catch the
Cameron
ball
Fasaki carried
front
that
of the goal
ball
line.
up. He went down
Take him back.
in the contact and he's getting a bit of medical attention. So there's no hooker that's running across for that scrum for the Worcester Villagers. He's given a lot of carry to his team.
Cameron Fasaki, could add him to your employment list. He's a firefighter.
Firefighter, he's a good guy to have around. Put out a fire, does a great job.
Previous scrum number 1.
There's a few fires to
Number
be
one.
put out on that
Are you
field
number
now
one?
too
Previous scrum, you clearly.
for the Worcester Villagers
On the angle.
forwards.
Well, I mean, some of the outside backs,
Scary.
Francesco
In the
May, Dwayne Atkins,
Have to.
Winston
Get your
Clausen
shoulder out and square up.
for Blanco have certainly burnt a trail across this field. So going to get the replacement on.
Keith Arnold is
No, we
on the
can't, we
field,
can't.
school teacher, taking
So
the
no.
place of
Talk
Cameron
English, yeah.
Fasaki. He looks like he has taken a smack on the arm or the shoulder.
Probably his clavicle or shoulder. Prime real estate here now for Blanco. Less than 5 minutes to go in this first half. Would be desperate to get a score before they run
Roach.
into the shed.
Bind. Sit.
Brendan Levendal with
Steady.
a put in. He needs a good solid scrum here. Ryan Davids wants the ball. He wants decent ball. He's not going to get it because the forwards have decided they're going to do something about it, and then they've got it knocked on. So Villagers
The ball.
have the scrum opportunity here,
Knock on.
so close to their line, so
mark.
much pressure on them, and they really don't want to concede another try.
Now, so you want to be accurate here. You're breaking from the scrum. You've 5 minutes on the try line. You haven't got your designated cleaners there, so your cleaners come in late. It's the centre that's coming in from the side. You've got to have one of your loosies that knows you're going to break and just clean over there to make sure you secure that ball. You're in the red zone. You want to go and score.
Coach.
Daryl Thomas with a put in.
Bind.
Big call here.
Sit.
Is there a pickup from the number 8? Javelin Titus. Well, they don't need that because it's a good strong scrum from them too. Also
No hands
looking
out. No
to
hands out.
try and bring Enrico Jacobs into the mix.
Stay. Stay. Stay back, Ralph.
Slow ball. And where does that end
Sorry.
up?
Off his knee.
No, we really wanted it to go. So Blanco United from way behind the advantage line, and some very poor passing initially from them.
Tackle.
Can they open things up here now? Can they get another try, which they so desperately would like to
Violence
have
offside.
before half time?
Violence offside.
Well, last time this happened, they kicked it goal. Now they've decided, no, let's go straight
No,
forward here.
Oh,
Basic
what a
errors.
pity. What a pity for Myron Skeppers. Taken quickly by Brandon Levendal. Open line in front of him.
Okay, no worries.
This is a chap.
Okay, thank you.
Gets the offload. Just took his hands off. Eyes off the ball at that crucial moment.
Well, it's a big
Crouch!
ask, you know, when you're in the 22, you're into the teeth of
Bind!
a stiff wind. You know,
Sit!
you've got to try and find some big guys to help carry the ball up. Don't try and kick it, because it's not going to work.
You can't just walk it around.
Nathan Zing.
And there's
one.
another one as well.
Get on
Now,
the angle.
are they going to try and kick this one?
Oh, he's excited. Anele Zingitwa.
I think there's some debate there about what they're going to do with it now. Give it to Jacobson.
They just walk it around. That's all they do. They just swing it around. You've got to earn the right to go around. Anele Zingitwa. He's a correctional officer. Correcting that scrum.
Open up Blanco, please.
Keith Arnold, the school teacher, with a throw in. Oh, that's gone terribly askew.
No.
And again, you know,
Clearly outside.
Warren, why are they utilising? We've had very few lineouts, but why are they not throwing it to the front man?
Oh, it's front man gets marked. It gets quite difficult, but you're quite right. You should be looking front. And I tell you, if you're defending, you must always get someone up because it's very difficult. If they throw long, invariably the ball's going to go skew because of the wind.
And you saw that, how the wind just absolutely pulled that towards the Worcester Villagers team. So less than a minute left of this first half. I don't think the Villagers team are going to be unhappy with that scoreline, to be honest. If they can utilise the wind in the second half, it could be interesting.
All right. Front rows, listen.
So this should be the last scrum
Front rows.
of
Just give me an ear now,
the first half.
Okay, on my calls of the set call, there's too much movement. Keep it steady, please. Thank you.
Brandon Levendal will have this put in. Just having a chat there to Ryan Davids, his fly half.
Crouch.
Ryan Davids, of course, also plays in the fullback position, but he's at fly half today. Hails from Velcom, played for the Griffins. It's a great scrum there from Worcester Villagers. They didn't take the hit at Blanco United.
Captain. Okay. Okay.
It's actually a really, really good way to finish the half too.
Every time you're in freezing at the scrum time, we have to get us better. Otherwise, someone is going off. There's a clear warning now. To your place, please.
That's good refereeing as well. Just explaining the situation, because we've seen it with a couple of scrums where they haven't taken the hit. They haven't been penalised for all of them because the ball has come out favourably for the other team. So there we have it then. That will be the half-time score and the half-time call. And lots to do in the second half for both teams, one would say. However, it's been an interesting first half with Blanco United scoring 3 tries with the wind at their back and Villagers scoring 2 very, very important tries too into the wind. So confirmation of that halftime score then, with Blanco United leading Worcester Villagers by 23 points to 13. Welcome back to the stadium here in Saldanha Bay, the Saldanha Bay Rugby Club, where there's been a vibrant source of activity for the last couple of days over Easter. We've had rugby of the greatest caliber most of the time, but also some very exciting stuff. And of course, tries have been aplenty. Here's one of them in this particular match, the first up try there that was scored by Ronaldo Kivit. And then Worcester Villagers were trying to get their way back into the game. And have a look at this. A very, very good play this from Kivit. He's a natural fullback playing on the left wing today. He got the favourable bounce and utilised it to good effect. And then what about this cross kick? Into the wind, perfect position, and another try, this time to the fullback, Alan Janssen. In both cases, the bounce was favourable to the attacking side. But these guys, Villagers, they didn't want to know. They wanted to be part of this game. And have a look at this fellow Atkins. Dwayne Atkins, with extreme pace, gets round his man, inside another, and of course the try line is waiting for him. He needs no invitation to it. Superb running, good control, good peripheral vision, looking around to make sure that there's no one on his tail. And he got home for Worcester Villagers. That was a really important try for them. And then they decided, hang on, we're going to give it another go. We've got another opportunity here to score a try. And Francisco May just shrugged off the tackles, and the last chase got hold of him, but wasn't enough to stop him getting over. Brilliant play this by the small man with electric-like pace. Jet shoes, off he went. And got that second try for Worcester Villagers that counts so much in their favour. But Blanco, they knew that they still had an opportunity, and it was a nice, easy walk-in as well for Clarkson to get home with their third try. So 3 tries versus 2, essentially it is, at half-time, and that's because they kept the ball rolling. So Clarkson, you can see the passion in that man's face, and that lady's. So statistically, well, again, we see a situation where a fair number of tackles were missed, and scrum-wise, of course, as well. Things not always going the way of Blanco United.
Yeah, we are standing here this afternoon, and a big thing about the Saldanha Super 8 Easter Rugby Tournament is the recognition of services that have been rendered to the club and to the tournament. And it's important to recognise a couple of people that have done a tremendous job over the years. We've got Executive Mayor of the Saldanha Bay Municipality, Mr. Andre Truter, who's going to award these Super 8 Blazers over. First of all, I'd like to call Mrs. Johanna Stoffels, who was the previous mayor of the Saldanha Bay Municipality and works with the Amoya Wind Farm. Johanna Stoffels, thank you very much for all the service over the years that you have given to Saldanha, the tournament and the community. That's your blazer. And then the next one is Toby Titus, that we would like to call over. He's the tournament patron, and of course he was also the executive on the Executive Council of SA Rugby, and he's had a career in sport for over 6 decades. Many people just know him as Mr. T, a real legend rugby administrator. Thank you, Toby Titus, for all the service that you have given to the tournament and to the club. And then the next one we want to call over is Mr. Elliot Dubrain, Saldanha Rugby Club President, and your team has been represented very proudly here at this tournament in Saldanha, and certainly growing this tournament in its 6th edition. Thank you very much, Mr. Elliot Dubrain. And then finally, Mr. Maxwell Moss, an absolute legend, always on the sidelines here at Saldanha. He gets a big round of applause. He's a club patron and the Executive Mayor of the Saldanha Bay Municipality, Mr. Andre Truter. And everyone at Saldanha, just recognizing you, Maxwell, thank you very much for all that you have done. There we go, absolutely fantastic. And that's what it's all about. It's about the recognition of services rendered to this fantastic tournament held over the Easter weekend and the services given to club and tournament. Well done to you all, thank you.
Back we come to the Saldanha Bay Rugby Club, and that's the halftime scoreline then. And believe me, the Blanco United, although they're in the lead, they're playing into a very, very stiff wind. So it's going to be hard work for them in the second half. Can Worcester Villagers utilize the elements in their favour would be the next question too. Well, it's a good start for them because they've wrestled that ball back from the kickoff.
Backwards.
And of course, it's a different world when you're playing into the wind. And in fact, even with it as well, you've got to watch your passing. You've got to stand a little bit closer together, that the ball doesn't float away. But Worcester Villagers looking to start the second half with a really good tempo, if they can. Well, there's a knock-on. And again, if you're too far away from the ball carrier or the ball passer, often it could drift around. So Gershwin, you're unable to take it at that point in time. A couple of changes as well. Blanco United have brought on Abungela Ngushambe and Christo Willemse into their side since half-time. So you can see the man off there is Janches. There's Theo Janches, who at the age of 37 is probably saying he's done his bit. And he's off the field now. Nevendal stood off, allowed the pickup to come from Myron Skeepers. Now, Worcester Villagers are going to think a little bit about what the best thing to do here now. And I think I know what it is, and I think Warren Brosnan alongside me knows too. Will they use that opportunity?
Yeah, well, it goes against their natural inclination, and that's just to run everything that they can. Got to use that wind now, put it in the corners, get them downtown so they can get some easy meters. Haven't won too many there because cut the angle off when he kicked. But use that wind to your advantage. Get down there, get there so you can ask questions from close quarters and strike when doing so.
It's almost part of that team talk at half-time is to say that we spend the whole half in their half of the field. That's our starting point.
Oh, great compete by Blanco.
A shoddy ball for Blanco United, but they've recovered pretty well. The Worcester Villages guys know too that they're going to carry the ball up, so you bring your fullback straight into your defensive line too, so you've got an extra man there to utilise. Good strong work there from Winston Klaassen. Plenty of lateral movement from Blanco, but not really gaining much meterage. But importantly, they've held on to the ball.
What is out? Snack!
I tell you, there's an arm wrestle going on up front there with some of those forwards too, as you can well imagine. Everybody knows the ball's going to be carried, so they trying to close off all the gaps on the field. Good work from Myron Skeepers. Now the long pass. The ball coming their way.
Tackle!
Blanco United.
Move!
And you've just got to be patient when you're playing into the wind too.
Please. It's fine, no.
There's just one mistake and you could be back on your try line again with a solid kick. But as you said, Warren, these guys, they don't want to kick, they want to play.
No.
We've gone through a pile of phases now leading up to this, but the back will come.
Yeah, they're coming back because there was a penalty against Worcester Villages for leaving their feet. They come back for the original penalty.
Tackle.
You're quite right about patience. That's exactly and precisely what Worcester Villages need now when playing into that wind. And they were doing very well there with all that phase play that they did put together.
Yeah, one of the big men down at the moment.
I think it could be Lincoln Johnson. That's the high tackle there, just above the line of the shoulder. Got to set your target a little lower. An advantage was played by the referee, Mr. Keithan Olivier.
Yeah, see? Yes, I think it's advantage gehad. I had advantage, so I went back. So I saw he was sitting off, but there was advantage.
An explanation
That's
from
why
the
I
referee.
went back. Understand? You saw.
He got cleaned out at the ruck, did Lincoln Johnson.
You saw any foul play here?
Good communication with the referee assistant.
And quick work as well by the medical fraternity.
Did talk to Maya.
They're unsung heroes in so many ways, you know, in a game of rugby, you know, where there's a lot of contact to, you need efficient and timiest people who have the qualities, of course, that they have.
Yeah, 100%. You've got to have the right training, know what to do in certain situations. We saw Bradman Grove, the captain, he came over just concerned for his fellow teammate, make sure that he's okay. Crowd are coming in. I tell you, it's going to be an incredible final that we've got between Hamilton's, the Sea Point Rugby Club, and Northern Rhinos, top echelons of club rugby in South Africa. It's going to be one incredible game to see who wins that match in less than 40 minutes time when it's going to start.
Two teams that come from different parts of South Africa. The Northern Rhinos are from the Limpopo province in the Platinum Country. Let's just have a little look at that up next there. There we have it. That's the cup final Warren Brosnan was talking about. Northern Rhinos from the Limpopo province up against Hamilton's, who are, of course, from Cape Town, the oldest rugby club in South Africa. That kickoff at 20 minutes past 3.
Yeah, celebrating 150 years of rugby. Oh, Hamiltons, they've only had 8 presidents in those 150 years. Actually incredible.
So Reinefeld is on for Lincoln Johnson, who, as you correctly said, unfortunately off with an injury.
Release, near the ground.
And Winston Reinefeld, also a man who's been around for 35 years. Not playing rugby, of course,
Release.
his age. Villagers, hey, we haven't really found a mechanism to utilize the wind that's at their tail. And at the moment, still no score yet in the second half, which is most unusual in this tournament because normally we've got points aplenty. We started off the day with 100 points in the first half match between Saldanha and Kraaifontein. Now, the opportunity, which way does that go? No, it's gone directly to touch, so they'll go quite a long way back now for the line out.
Now, the idea was correct from Philip Passon, just needed to keep that ball in field, use the wind to his advantage. It's just drifted out, so they're going to have to come all the way back.
Subs.
So Francisco May, Philip Passon, very slighted build, but incredibly quick and agile. This is Carl Jacobs coming on, the 22-year-old.
Okay, off. Full. Sub, okay. Go off.
And I tell you, this is an exciting change as well, with Marinos coming on, Mario Marinos in jersey 20. He's an exciting player, got a lot of pace for a flanker, as well as Wayne Plikes. He started in a lot of the games in the centres, got good distribution, makes some big tackles as well.
Quite early for those replacements to come on, but they've obviously worked it out. That's what's needed right now. Some extra strength in the legs too. So often you find that too, that as soon as some replacements come on, that fresh energy results in points being scored. And that time, Gershon Hubert went into the strong opposition. He's going for the half today. Now, here we go. No real space found on the occasion for Kevin Philander.
Move!
Good slick passings needed, and it's not forthcoming from the Villagers team.
That's the problem, getting players in front of each other, getting in the way a couple forwards. Again, it's a high tackle. Message consistent from Keith and Olafia. This is the run here by Kevin Shane Philander. This almost judo tackled and thrown onto his head.
Yeah, happy. 5 every no.
That's a fantastic kick. They got right
middle.
near the corner flag, so it's 5 meters out with a throw in now, and belonging to Worcester Villagers. Could this be their first opportunity to score some points in the second half? This throw in so important, and I'll tell you what, the wind is pumping down there in the corner.
It even makes communication difficult.
It's gone all over the place. Blanco United managed to come away with it. Carrying the ball up now. They've got some pace out on the right here too, which can help their cause.
Release! Release!
Blanco United will be really happy with the fact that they've managed to survive that line out. But their ruck at the moment is being absolutely spoilt by Worcester Villagers. Somehow they come away with it.
Gives another opportunity here for the Worcester Villagers.
Well, it's another chance then for Keith Arnolds to throw in the line out, Warren, as he heard what you had to say a little bit earlier.
You got to get some movement on the ground, keep it short. It's a shortened line out. 4 men in.
Blanco, open up, please.
Bradman Grove jumping at number 2. Dane van Skalkwyk, second jumper.
Van Skalkwyk at the back. Van Skalkwyk, the man going up. Has he had that ball snatched away from him? No, not yet, but held up. It's going to be a scrumness to Worcester Villagers.
That was top work by Figland. The number 5 jersey.
Don't play the ball.
Got in on the ball and managed to hold that up. Gets a high five. It's good work in the tight loose.
Crouch. Bind.
So Gershon Hubert,
Sit.
looks like he's pretty much taken over the scrum half position once again, which is his natural normal one.
He was originally selected at 9.
And then, of course, with the injury to his fly half in the warm-up, they've moved him into the fly half position. Now seems to be
Stay.
operating
Use 9.
at scrum half again. It's all a little bit quiet at the moment. No points yet in the second half, and we've already had 13 odd minutes of that second half. When will we see the explosion? Will we see the explosion? Yeah.
I'll leave it now. Clear left, please.
Will it be forthcoming from Worcester Villagers? And Worcester Villagers fully aware of the fact that they don't want to give away any points. And at the moment, they've got field position, which is important for them, so they're dominating territory. They're carrying the ball through 6-7 phases and heading for the try line.
Release! No, release!
We spoke about patience a little bit earlier.
Use 1.
Very important to have that. Accuracy too.
Release!
Van Skalkwyk.
Use!
Slow ball, slow delivery. Just a couple of almost centimeters found from that carry.
No!
Pretty much the same once again. Oh dear. 10 faces and a yellow card, I'm pretty sure.
Unfortunately, you can't dive across the ruck like that in that fashion.
50.
Francesco May, we've seen his passion. That
That's what happens when you get a fullback coming into the ruck. You could say, dives across. Scrum off, hasn't even started to play it.
oh dear.
If he was diving into a swimming pool, he might have got better marks.
Well, he scored a try already in the game as Alan Janssen. But right now, they don't want to try and score against them, Blanco United. And there's a real chance here. Surely there's got to be, with some slick handling, which is not forthcoming from Worcester Villagers. Good counter-ruck. Excellent counter-ruck that from Blanco.
Clearly follow me.
Too many players off their feet.
Yeah, it's just the diving in from Blanco, otherwise it was good.
Well, here we go. Good slick handling. Now, can they finish this off importantly?
Release!
Got to look like you really want it. And have they got a key
Release!
man here that can actually muscle his way over? Oh dear. Knock on.
Problem there for Worcester, just their attacking shape. They're not getting anyone running on the ball. They're all flat-footed.
Captain.
In fact, they've changed their style. Here you can see the receiver's flat-footed. In fact, he's even moving backwards when he's getting that ball. Need to be running onto it. They've gone away from what got them their tries. We saw the tries by Francisco May, Dwayne Atkins. They were running angles. They were using pace out wide. Now they're just trying to bash it up, and it shows how easy it is for the mindset of players to change when you have got that window, when you haven't got the wind. And it's the penalty count against Blanco at 16-5. It really is a big liability to be carrying into the game.
Well, the referees just had a chat to the captain as well, Lorenzo Williams, and that message is being conveyed to the rest of his team too, because the last thing they need is a yellow card.
They got really good field position here. They got the numbers. They got 15 against 14, numerical imbalance due to the yellow card to Alain Janssen. Field position is good. Got to make it count from here, Worcester Villagers.
Sit. Steady.
The scrum was under a little bit of pressure there, but they've broken away with it now, and they've got an opportunity to, they've got men aplenty here. Oh dear, another mess. And are we going to see another yellow card?
Okay, it's violates. No. It's a knock here, and it's violates 14 offside.
So all those defenders from Blanco United, they've got to be behind the last man's feet. And they're not getting into their position. That's why they got penalised.
Well, here they come.
There's the ball.
Worcester Villagers.
There's it.
They've got lots of men to carry this. They've got a lot of big men to carry it too. Blanco making the important tackles right now. Surely somewhere along the line a try's got to be forthcoming. But no, it's been taken away by Blanco. Good play from them now. They've chipped it over the top, and of course the ball could bounce anywhere, but here come Worcester Villagers. Yeah, Christo Valenza looked like he was in ice skates there.
It looks like there was a sniper in the crowd. And he got one in the leg, and he just dropped down to the ground.
Knock forward.
He's incredibly quick, this guy, Mario Marinas. He has stood out in all the previous games that he has played. He brings work rate, he brings energy. There he slips, he almost steps on the back of his heels of his boots and just slips out. Captain Big Bradman Grove just walking across. He's been heavily involved in all 3 games being played. Given good service to this club.
Mario Maria's slip there just was incredible, wasn't it? It's, they call it a sporting low light.
Sit.
Quick pick up at the back from Myron Skeepers. Levendal. Blanco United now holding on to the ball, just trying to worm their way upfield where they can. Well, there's some good energy in that side, but they're battling to get out of their own half. And now it's another chance here for Worcester Villagers. Good carry there from Enrico Jacobs, it was. Then taken up as well by Wayne Pleikes.
Good energy from Keith Arnold's.
Yeah, it's much better play this from Villagers. They'll go open side now. Passing a little bit slicker, a little bit opportunistic, a little bit of accuracy, but now they've lost that and taken away. Blanco United have taken the ball away from them on regular occasions in difficult situations for the defensive side.
Release!
But while you've got possession,
back now. 18, back, 18!
So much in your favour. Just look at those turnovers that have been conceded in open play. Total of 18 of them.
That was good.
And another turnover now, this time to Villagers. Who's going to find a hole somewhere in that defensive line? There's some good stepping there too.
No hands.
It's Juan Williams.
I see he's come on the field too, John Williams. 25-year-old. Also plays naturally in the fullback position. Captain, Bradman Grove. They're just edging closer and closer to that line.
Release!
Duncan Skulpert was the last man in. Where's that damn wall? Is it going to break? He has the opportunity. He has some extra men too. They had a double overlap there, but not enough space to work with. It was so close to that line. It's again, it's a long phase haul. 6 of them up until now. They're over the line, just about.
It's the ball.
Inches in it. Got to stay patient.
Now's the chance. Surely it's got to be forthcoming. Well, that's great defensive work by Blanco.
No!
They closed down the gap so quickly.
It's Winston Claassen.
Well, that's Gershwin Hubert. Has he scored the try is the question. Given by the referee.
I think the call came from the referee's assistant. Gershwin Hubert, selected originally in jersey 9, moved into jersey 10 due to the injury to Elton Mfundi just before in warm-up. Now he's gone back into the number 9 position. They bashed it around the corner, they bashed it around the fringes, trying to pry open a hole. He throws a dummy, gets through, and there makes contact with the ground, despite the desperate defence from Bradley van Wyk and Winston Claassen.
First points of the second half. Took such a long time for that to happen, so it's been a real arm wrestle between these two teams. But I tell you what, we're heading towards another close game, yeah, and it's one after the other, hasn't it been, this whole weekend, with some really tight games. Yes, also some runaways. And the conversion is good.
3 points in this game. I'll tell you what, Worcester beat Saldanha by 3 points on Thursday night in a cracking game of rugby. The opening of this tournament. And now we get a score by Gershwin Hubert, 68 kgs, 1 meter 50. A salesman by profession. And he sold the dummy to get in for that score.
Let's have a kick now, please.
Some attention to Dwayne Atkins, the right winger, at the moment for Blanco United. Nothing serious. You need all the men in the world. Blanco United with the yellow cards, which are not helping their cause, of course. And they've given away 7 vital points with men sitting in the naughty chair. Well, we've seen a switch of point scoring so regularly as well. Now, can Blanco United get back into this mix and extend the lead that they've got at the moment, which is just down to 3 points? They might have thought of going open side there. They chose to go blind side, and they ran into a cul-de-sac. Still looking to try and just hold on to the ball, a little bit like Worcester Villagers did, until the moment came where they could actually find their way through.
Release.
And you don't need a knock-on now, are they, importantly? Nice pick up, that lovely play. Here comes a try. Oh, Blanco United have got a try. And courtesy of one of the smaller men on the field too. But he's a flank forward of some repute.
He's been exceptional on the ground, has Bradley van Wyk. He's put his body on the line. He's worked hard the whole way through this game. Slighter build, under 70 kgs, yet playing on the flank and working his way through, beating defenders, being a runner, being elusive, and contributing to the cause of this Blanco United Rugby Football Club's campaign here at the Saldanha Super 8 Easter Rugby Tournament.
Okay, they're going to take the conversion. I think they were just waiting to hear if there was perhaps something that happened that would have suggested the try was not going to stand. But that man will be so happy with that try.
Well, the team are happy with that try. Into the wind, showing that they can do it. Throws a little dummy, runs in between the gap, shakes off the captain for the Worcester Villagers, Bradman Grove.
So time starting to run out for Worcester Villagers. 10 points adrift once again. They just scored a try which they converted in. Now they're back to the 10-point deficit.
And that's a really good kick in these conditions.
Now, it's not often you can say that a kick that's gone like 12 meters is actually
a good kick.
So how does Keith Arnolds get the throw-in right here for the Villagers team? It's tapped down, but no problem. Grove with a pass, and then a thumping tackle. Oh, dear. Yeah. That'll spur Blanco United.
Release!
Villagers fighting their way as best as they can, courtesy of their captain, Bradman Grove. And some good work there from Mario Marinas, who's always looked very busy on the field during the course of this competition. There's another big tackle. I tell you what, there's a couple of assassins in this Blanco United side, knocking the guys down like 9 pins. Well, doesn't matter, says Blanco United, because they've got the ball.
Tackle!
You can't win this game without the ball, and we've got it.
Release!
Oh, it's been turned over. Here come Villagers.
Finally over.
They decide, let's kick it across field. There's some neat play as well from Kivit there.
That's good tackle fight, really good.
Blanco United playing the right game now. They're keeping the ball in hand. They're making sure that they make some valuable meters. Too often we've seen Worcester Villagers running cross field. They're not really making much meterage. And of course the missed tackles is the other question.
No.
Lorenzo Williams.
Oh, that's neat play. Lovely play. Still going. Back inside it comes. There we go. It's another try. And Alain Johnson gets his second try of the game.
Incredible. It's taken a while in the second half, but it's just unloaded. Alain Johnson, he was sitting on the sidelines due to a yellow card. The ability here, the dummy and the run by Bradley van Wyk. Yet again, he just scored a try involved here. Then this run here, the inside ball is delightful. And then there's a big dive from the full back to get in for that score and drag that lead even further away from the Worcester Villagers.
Worcester Villagers got a man down, Kevin Philander, at the moment, and they can't take the conversion, I don't think. Oh, they can. Why not? Let's kick it, but it's not going to go over. And the difference now, those 15 points. There's the try scorer, Alain Johnson. Picked up a yellow card a little bit earlier. Has made up for it with 2 tries for his team.
Well, he's holding his stomach. It was the elaborate dive, and he landed straight on those ribs around his mid-thoracic region.
Serves him right.
Yeah, here we go. This here, from the little open side flanker, showing his skills, sees the gap. Then this work here is brilliant by Winston Claassen. He's been a good player on the wing. He's created opportunity. He's scored try. Here he's the assistant. There's the dive from Alain Johnson.
Now.
Well, this ball's not gone out. Now, can Villagers do something? They just don't seem to be as united as what they would
1-8.
want to be. With all their actions, with their decision taking. That's a high tackle, so that's going to be a
Fine, let's high
penalty.
tackle, sir.
I tell you, there's some kamikazes
Well,
on this Blanco United side.
It is the same guy every single time, Christo
You're
Willemse.
always advancing. At the kick, you're always advancing.
He has made 3 monster hits since he came on.
Okay, captain, wait. Captain, who's captain?
He's like a human Scud missile. You'll see him come flying in. That's not him there. There was
Right,
another
okay, yeah.
tackle. That time there,
Oh,
it's Q and Stoffels.
Okay, so now the question is, let's get 3 points.
Well, they've got to score 15. So, yes, they're in front of the uprights. Get the first one. Get those 3 points over. And you've got to get downtown quickly to score again.
Well, they've got to score 3 times, so yeah, take this one.
Can't waste any time. He's got to be quick, get this thing done, get it over, make sure he gets the kick in the wind.
He's got it.
you were advancing at the kick. He hit a high tackle.
Jacobs
But
has
the high
got
tackle, you
it from
advanced at
that
the
high
kick.
tackle.
They went back.
Oh, look at that. 12 points in it now, which means they've got to score twice. And they've got to score tries. And the penalties are not going to help their cause with only 6.5 minutes left.
Leave it now,
Things
Kevin.
opening up a little bit here for Blanco United. Another score will certainly seal this game for them.
Please.
That I feel very
Fine,
confident
it's over.
about. And still they're going full tilt.
Now, mister.
The switch of direction. That's one thing that Blanco United have done well, is that they've carried the ball and held onto the ball
Please.
better than Worcester Villagers during the course of this game. And that
Use.
served them really, really well. Looking after the ball
Stop, stop, stop.
in these weather conditions, absolutely crucial. Good teamwork as well. Players searching for opportunities. And at the breakdown point, they've also looked after the ball too. So once again, forwards getting there in quick time to sort things out.
Now.
Good slick passing into the breadbasket, except for that
Backwards.
one. That just slows down the efforts from them as well. Now a big, big chase. That's really good play. Interplay, one's got to say, from Blanco United. Nathan Vormeran's very much part of it, but not the finishing touch.
Oh, it's just great rugby. It really is good to watch from Blanco United. Give it the man that scored, but it's all the play beforehand, which is absolutely superb. The offloading going, okay, that's going backwards, that wasn't great. But now they start to fix it up. They get some direction. There's a hand that goes around there with the pass from Vormerans. And then out wide to Ronaldo Kivit. Incredible that Worcester Villagers, with the wind at their back, have not been able to add to that score of 23 points that they amassed. Since early in the second half.
Tough kick this right to the corner. It's not even going to get halfway to the uprights, but it doesn't really matter. Blanco United with those 40 points are going to be very, very happy. There'll be smiles all round. They've worked really hard in the second half, but one's got to give them also credit for the way they've gone about it. They kept mistakes down to a minimal.
That's the cleaning up work here by Vormerans. That was so good. Set the target, and then there's an offload here by Hintle Fischland
Wait, it's subs. There was subs in.
to allow
Is he off
Kivit in for a second.
now? Out in though.
The colours of Blanco United are flying high.
Well, they won one game against Kruisfontein in this tournament. They lost the other one quite heavily to the Northern Rhinos from Limpopo. And yeah, they are going to take home a victory then for the second victory of the 3 games that they've played. And they'll take a lot of credit for it. One feels that they've really played the right type of game into the wind. They had 23 points at half-time. They've now got 40.
And remember, they conceded all those penalties. They've made it really difficult. They've given a lot of initiative over to Worcester Villagers, but they hung in with their defence and they stuck to what they do, and they've ended up scoring some really good tries.
Scrum wheels somewhat, but Gershwin gets it out. Oh, the pace. Is there an opportunity to find a gap there? Fortunately not for Philip Hasson.
I'll blow my whistle. Blow my whistle. Blow my whistle.
2 minutes left then. And the question would be, Worcester Villagers, they're not going to win this game. But can they at least finish with a solid try? Joseph's on for Vormerans. So pretty much the benches have been offloaded onto the field.
Yeah, Winston Reinefeld also on the field, jersey 18.
Taking too long.
Andrik Pfeiffer.
Taking too long.
Taken quickly by Mario Marinas.
That was going to be the plan, I'm pretty sure. Quite adventurous as they look to head for that try line.
Release!
It's good work. Staying on their feet.
Stay here.
They would be really happy if they can finish off here with a try.
Release!
Tackle called, so they had to release that quickly out then from Gershwin Joubert.
No. Blanco, leave it. Blanco, leave.
A 7-pointer here will get them up to 30 points. It'll be those 10 that they would be adrift if they can get through now.
Tackle, release.
But Blanco United
Hands now.
absolutely defending for all they're worth. And that would really put the stamp on their second half if they were able to make sure that a try is not scored. But I think they're going to be battling to do that. So much good possession here for Worcester Villagers and so close to the line.
There's the ball. There's the ball.
Joubert can't get it out. Now he's got it out.
Release.
Then taken up there by Jacobs. Everybody charging to the line. There's been a stretch there.
Have the ball. Have the ball.
It's still on their side. Worcester Villagers now.
Offside, advantage. One offside.
And a penalty advantage to Worcester Villagers. We're into open red time now.
Let's wait. I've held up here.
That ball was held up. That might be the end of the game.
Okay, wait. Let's wait. Listen. Okay. The previous rack. Okay. TMO.
Going upstairs.
Sebastian, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Can you just check for me if there was a grounding on the one near to the there's one this side. There was a grounding. Let's check for me if there was a. Can you check if there was a double movement? I have a grounding. Can you check if there was a double movement?
I check for you.
It almost looked like there was a try scored initially. Now the question is around, was there a double movement? And that would have been in that same move. And it seems like the officials might have been on the other side of the ruck situation. Might not have picked it up. This is where we're going to pick it up now. Down they go. There's the stretch forward. Was that a double movement? That's going to be the question that Sebastian Abrams needs to answer for the referee from the TMO booth. That's a man down in the tackle. You are allowed to stretch the ball in any direction that you wish. Obviously it would be towards the try line. That looks short of the line.
Keaton, stand by. First one, he was stretching, and saw it again, and then he tried again, so that was double movement on the second attempt. No try.
No try. Okay. So it's gonna be no try. It's a double movement. Be a penalty to them.
So a penalty to Blanco United. Correct decision. They just need to kick it out. Now the game's over. Essentially, they don't have to do much else. Tap it, and then kick it out.
Go back. Go back, Captain.
There we go. End of the ball game. Blanco United get a victory, which will thrill them no end. They had to work really hard in that second half to secure that victory, to make sure it worked for them. But one's got to give credit, one feels, to the tactical considerations that they made during the course of this game. They scored 6 tries to the 3 of Villagers. And so it's been a big day for Blanco United after that massive loss against the Rhinos, who really have looked the champion side, and they'll be up against Hamilton's in the cup final, which is the next up game. So there we have it, halftime there.